Long ago, deep in the mountains of ancient Korea, there lived a gentle old man. He was known throughout his village for his kindness, and for the large, heavy lump that hung from his right cheek. The villagers had grown used to it, but the old man had not. At times, he felt the weight of it, not just on his face, but in his heart. Yet he carried a gift that lightened his spirit, his voice. When he sang, it was said to be as clear as water flowing over mountain stones. In song, he forgot his worries. In song, he felt whole. He did not know that both his voice and his lump were about to change his life forever. One evening, the old man wandered too far into the forest gathering firewood. As the sun slipped behind the mountain peaks, dark clouds gathered above him. A storm rolled in. Thunder echoed through the trees, and rain began to fall in heavy sheets. Searching for shelter, he found a small, abandoned hut tucked between the rocks. The roof was crooked, the door barely hanging on its hinges, but it would keep him dry. Inside, the forest felt distant. To calm himself in the dark, the old man began to sing. Softly at first, then stronger. Suddenly, the door burst open. Wind rushed in, and through the doorway stepped a Dokkaebi. The Dokkaebi are not quite monsters, and not quite spirits. They are mischievous beings of Korean legend, lovers of wrestling, gold, and long nights of laughter. Their eyes gleamed in the firelight. Their leader stepped forward, listening closely. "Old man," he demanded, "how is it that your voice is so enchanting? Where is this music hidden?" The old man trembled, but fear sharpens the mind. He remembered the stories, that Dokkaebi, for all their magic, were not always wise. Slowly, he pointed to the lump on his cheek. "This," he said, "this is no lump, it is a pouch where I keep my songs. The music comes from here." The Dokkaebi gasped. A song pouch. They had never heard of such a thing. The leader's eyes widened with excitement. "If that is true," he said, "then we will take this pouch from you." Before the old man could speak, there was a flash of strange light, a snap, and suddenly, the lump was gone. In its place, the Dokkaebi set down a heavy sack filled with gold and silver coins. The storm passed as quickly as it had come. By morning, the old man walked back to his village, his face smooth, his steps light, and his firewood bundle heavier than usual. The villagers stared in disbelief. By nightfall, his story had spread through every home. Now, in every village, there is always another. Another man lived nearby, and he too carried a lump upon his cheek. But where the first man was gentle, this man was bitter. Where the first man sang for comfort, this man longed only for wealth. When he heard of the Dokkaebi's gift, envy took hold of him. That very night, he marched into the mountains and found the same hut. He waited in the dark, and when the Dokkaebi returned, he began to sing, loudly, forcefully. But there was no warmth in his voice, no joy, only desire. The Dokkaebi listened, and their expressions darkened. They had already discovered that the first lump held no songs at all. When the greedy man pointed to his cheek and declared, "My music is in this lump, take it and give me gold," the Dokkaebi leader's face twisted with anger. "You dare deceive us?" he roared. "If you value your lump so much, you may have another." With a swing of his club and a burst of magic, the Dokkaebi placed the first man's old lump onto the greedy neighbor's other cheek. 2 lumps, and not a single coin. The man fled back to the village before dawn, burdened twice as heavily as before. And so the mountains remained quiet. The Dokkaebi continued their dancing beneath the moon. And the villagers remembered. The old man had not sought gold. He had only sung to ease his heart in the dark. Sometimes it is not the flaw that shapes our fate, but the spirit we carry alongside it. And somewhere in the forest, when storms gather and songs rise into the night, the Dokkaebi are still listening.